Yeah. So Vineet, right now Israel is only worried about the fact that it has to eliminate Lebanon. So like even on the day when the ceasefire was announced, at that point in time also the Israeli forces never withdrew themselves from the southern Lebanon buffer zone that they had created. So effectively, if a ceasefire was in place and they actually meant to honor that ceasefire, the Israeli forces should have retracted themselves. But that never happened on ground. And within just 3 to 4 days of the so-called ceasefire, the Israeli side rather blamed the Lebanon side that they were the ones who had fired first, because the clause of the so-called ceasefire was also that in case it is violated by any one of them, the other party has the free right to now also start bombarding. So which is the exact clause that Israeli used to their advantage. They said that the firings from the Lebanese side have not stopped, so we are effectively now declaring the ceasefire not effective and we will also be retaliating. So Israel is rather looking at the fact that they want to completely eliminate Lebanese, because just the way they have neutralized Hamas to quite an extent. But then the point here is that this is not just a group of people. That is what Israel has to understand. This is an ideology, and ideologies do not die in wars like this. So if they are thinking that they will completely eliminate Hezbollah the way they are thinking, that is completely, I would say, a very far-fetched side of the Israeli side. Yes, they would definitely hamper them a lot. They will reduce their technologies. They will the time that the Hezbollah and the Lebanese would need to recover out of all of this is going to be high. That goes without saying. But then, as you rightly put it, at what cost? The cost is being borne by the entire countries of South Asia, which are oil importing countries, including India. So all these friends of Israel also are suffering. More so, we are just the oil importing countries. Talk about the Middle East. The Middle East has been laid vulnerable like it was never before. So we were talking about nukes. Now it is rather going to start another nuke race. What is going to stop? There were also news reporting from the South Korean side. There were also from the Saudi side, from the UAE side. What is going to stop all of them to amass nuclear weapons? Because this so-called American umbrella, the shield that the mighty American was, that myth has been broken. It was like a bubble, which the Middle East lay completely exposed to. That because of the Israeli-Iran war or the American-sponsored Israeli-Iran war, it was the Middle East that paid the highest cost. In fact, that too UAE paid the highest cost. So all these so-called friends also of Israel are at the same time reeling under this entire pressure, where the supply and the demand side both are getting impacted because of the rise in crude oil prices. The moment this blockade, the moment you see the oil market is so vulnerable, it crosses $100 barrel per mark immediately. Within seconds, the response is there. So it hovers between 95 to $100 is what it has been since the beginning of the war. It crossed to 112 also per barrel, but once the ceasefire was in place, it has slowly come down. But again, this kind of a thing happens between Israel and Lebanon. Immediately the prices shoot up again. So this entire thing is also about what the Israeli side is going to do. What I feel is that they are not going to contain themselves. Since the beginning of inception of Israel as a state, there have been on and offs, plus the Israeli election also coming up in the month of October. All of this is also there because if they declare the ceasefire effective, the cases that were pending against Netanyahu, they start getting their proceedings also start in the court again, which Netanyahu definitely cannot afford. So all this is a complex structure with the Israeli side, but here we are stuck up right now with the nuclear deal and the Strait of Hormuz. I still, maybe I'm being optimistic about it. Hormuz, I still see opening with both of them claiming a part of their toll. Both America and Iran saying that, okay, fine, we will be claiming tolls. Now that will have cascading effect of its own kind. Strait of Malacca and other such states which were part of the UNCLOS as free trade zones, free passage zones, they will also have a problem. That's a different story. But then this nuclear enrichment, that the uranium enriched that they're talking about, that is going to be a real bottleneck where the two countries get stuck up, and how they're going to come out of it is going to be the real picture.
All right, fair enough.